My summer vacation in the Oasis. I said this before, I'll say it again. Summer vacations are changing. When I grew up, they said, what'd you do in your summer vacation? And kids didn't care, they just wrote whatever. But now the summer vacation for a lot of kids is specifically this. I was in the Oasis. I was in Overwatch this summer, or whatever games you played. So last summer it was Overwatch. This summer it is the summer of Fortnite. I went online, I played Fortnite, and the rest of the kids, they don't think they do this anymore, but then the rest of the kids come to class and they say, what'd you do in your summer vacation? And they tell you about all this crazy online shit they did. That was a virtual summer. Summer in the Oasis. It doesn't matter what the world looks like around you, but can you get online and how fast is your gaming? These are the pursuits of a young man. It used to be to get a BB gun. Remember that old quaint story about the kid's quest to get a BB gun for Christmas because it's sort of like a real gun, and he didn't understand what he was getting into with a gun, but this was like a child's gun, a primer gun, a weapon to protect the household with, a BB rifle. Well, fuck that noise. You can blow shit apart in Call of Duty. You can be an amputee, lesbian World War II spy. Why not? Anything but a man or a woman. Don't give kids anything to grow up to be. Give them the summer of, I did heist. Oh, this kid's smart. He's a thinker. He spent his summer playing Grand Theft Auto doing heists. That's an older game. He must have spent the summer with an older uncle or aunt or something, or older people that play like an older outdated game. But everybody else was in the summer in Fortnite. But some people had really cool adventures being in some other kind of online gaming thing. And then whatever else happened around that. But that was summer vacation now. And there's a bunch of summer vacations. Keep going back to whatever the latest, greatest game was. That was summer for a lot of people. This summer is ending. Kids are going back to school. Think about it. This year, more than any other year that there's ever been on this planet Earth, there are more kids who had the summer of Fortnite, the online purple Fortnite summer, building forts, blowing shit up, whatever they do, they're fragging, learning about sexuality by having cartoon avatars do weird, stupid dances, people running around like the Purge doing weird, nonsensical, unimportant things, wearing masks. The summer of Fortnite. Maybe kids will get back to actually doing stuff when they try to create cultural collapse and the kids are out wearing masks of their favorite cosplay characters being pip 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 dead, shot down by more violent and aggressive humans who probably won't be wearing cosplay. It'll be pretty quick and it'll be over. Who needs G5 when those sick son of a bitches can plot it and watch it because there's cameras everywhere, as all your favorite heroes get chopped down across the country in riots and revolutions because the kids aren't going outside hanging from trees selling lemonade because you wouldn't want them to, because perverts are going to try and fuck them if you do. So you got to keep your kids inside and air conditioned and playing games if you have the luxury to do such. Like I said, kids are going back to school, and whether they're rich kids or poor kids, a lot of kids summer in between the traumas and meals and shitting and sleeping or pretending to sleep so you can play video games. Use all those developing cells to stay awake and do stuff that doesn't matter. Play video games. All I'm saying is how I spent my summer vacation used to be a joke that comedians would fill in with some kind of weird debauchery. Now how I spent my summer vacation is only this: what you did online. I watched emo cringe compilations with my uncle. Maybe that's a step up from video games, but you both were watching the TV instead of lifting up rocks and bugs and finding fish and newts and things like that, like I used to do when I was a kid, and it was great. I had a hands-on experience with the world, the natural world, the real world, not some material facsimile, not some immaterial facsimile thereof in a virtual world where Link is fishing and taking a break from the ocarina and all that heavy time business to go Nintendo 64 fishing or whatever system that was for. Now it doesn't matter. You can wander around the EverQuest or whatever online thing there is now and decide not to kill anything and just hang out with people and barter and trade and try to get laid as a barbarian monster thing or whatever the hell people are. Undead Knight. I don't know. Whatever people are doing anymore. I'm out of touch, you can tell, with what people do. But I do know, because of family and friends, about the Fortnite and this was the Fortnite summer. So when I asked the kids, okay, after Fortnite summer, I said, what, it's just going to be, I was being sarcastic, I said, so it's just going to be some other game next summer? And they said yes, with perfect aplomb, which is sardonic sarcasm as inculcated into them by their parents, the Gen Xers, who said, yeah, probably actually the new thing's going to come out by Christmas, and I'm going to be on it this summer, and I'm going to be over it by next Christmas. I'm being a dick about it, but that was said to me by children. Yeah, we'll get tired of it, but then the next thing in the summer, we don't know what that is. It's some excitement. What's the new online thing? I can remember back in the old days, was Toontown ever really popular? I know it was a Disney thing, where it got the kids to go online and do nonsense. There's so many games you can do on your phone at different levels of sophistication and the game development and stuff. You can be a low-level game developer. You can do the big stuff that takes all these people, small villages, whatever. The point is, the world we're living into is kids are having a virtual summer vacation. It's not a fucking vacation from anything. They go to school because they have to, or they go to the virtual school. In Ready Player One future, you just stay home and go to school, but you still go to school because you're being watched, and it's mandatory, and they know about your heart rate and whatever, blah, 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 what you're doing and what you're not doing. All right? We have all this technology already. So what are they doing now with the kids? Stay inside and do Grand Theft Auto summer. What do you do to entice a kid about anything? What do you do to the kids? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much unnatural stuff that tastes so good. You would never want to eat, you know, like fruit or vegetables unless you're made to. But no, you only do that to get back into the Oasis. Man, fuck this noise. I'm going to take my Soylent and I'm going to take my smoothie. My mom doesn't care if I don't eat. She knows that I'm good. I'm staying home, not in trouble. She worries about me. It's dangerous out there. There's gangs of rapers and killers and acid throwers and pervert vans and pizza shops that are chopping up kids' fingers into pepperoni slices. I'm going to tell you how to know. There's the weird massage parlors where stuff goes down, and there's the weird pizza parlors. If you get pepperoni slices that look like there's a hole in the middle like a donut, that's because there was a bone in there. That's the baby arm pepperoni. And kids have just gonna totally no transition. And the kids have the Fortnite summer. So what do you think it will be? What stuff did Fortnite give us? I don't know. The Dayglow stuff. I do it in my whole channel. The Dayglow propaganda, because I know it's coming more. Fortnite had the Dayglow thing. It looks neat. I was impressed when I saw Fortnite and watched somebody play it. I'm like, this is neat. This is fun. Who needs a fucking imagination anymore? It's all predicated on stuff that's already been designed and given to you. So now people's idea of an imagination is creating their OC, which is an original character predicated upon somebody else's creation. And now there's a heritage of video game characters where there's like a whole pantheon of Sonic the Hedgehog, otherkin, where people who want to live IRL online lives, they're living their people's in real life is online. It's Ready Player One. Ready Player One isn't even the fucking future. We're here. Only the graphics are really good for the gameplay, if you want to say that. And they have the license right to use all these properties and stuff, because you can't get that shading or whatever on the models when you make them the way that those villages of animators and slave animators and shit just sit in front of monitors, because that's what they're going to do anyway, and make movies and weird porn. And that's the summer. I'll tell you what happened. I don't know if this is a popular summer, but I remember a couple summers ago there was a young fella, a nice guy, and his summer was the Grand Theft Auto heist summer, and he just spent the summer doing Grand Theft Auto heists, and he was still in school. So I don't know if that's a popular thing, or it was a popular thing a couple years ago, the online part of it. But I was like, there you go, interesting. Create a fake California in this whatever area they mapped out and gridded out, and just blow the shit out of it. And now you got Pokemon Go, where you don't have to go anywhere. You can like go in your real, you don't have to go anywhere. You can just stay home. They've got your place gridded out already just by having your phone in it and on and whatever. You get, you know what I mean, Fitbit, all this stuff. You walk around with your phone, going everywhere with it. It's all mapped out. You can just stay home. And you just stay home and live in shit and you don't care. I feel like the Japanese are innovators in our future. It's almost like this is kind of a mean thing to say because it's just a joke, but it's like a weird, mean joke. Like the Japanese were the social engineering innovators, where they're like, we'll just fucking do anything to our people. So you have, through the Japanese culture that's also popular worldwide, and especially with the Westerners and English speakers, they like the Japanese weird stuff. But we're also, Americans and Canadians and UK, which are people from all over the world of different colors and races, right, are being turned into Japanese socially engineered otaku shut-ins. We'll stay home, we'll have our collections of things, we'll eat our food products, we'll be polite, we'll scream and fight. When we're done with that, we'll stay home and go into the Oasis, as aimed at our children. Look, it took me a long time to see Ready Player One. I saw it on DVD. It was I think it was $1.59 viewing screening, $1.59 Redbox screening. I saw Ready Player One, and I have to admit, when I say that it's done well, I say so. I was engaged by this horrible thing with all the Kabbalistic stuff and the keys and all this horribleness. I don't even talk about that in this episode, but Ready Player One is the world we live in now. It's going to be a popular thing for me to reference now that I've seen it, because it's like usually social engineering programs and predictive programming in science fiction, and it's about the world we live in now. But this one's like on top of it. Like, a lot of us already live in shit and don't care. We just want to go into the Oasis. Everybody wants to get online and find out what's going on in the world around them. What about the world we live in? Like, that's our neighborhood. Yeah, we know what's going on, but less and less are we interacting with people. And a proof of that is going out into public, where all the people get together. They're all looking into their phones, just like Her. Her came out a couple of years ago and said we're already there. And Her talked about a segment of the population that movie was for. These meek, mean-spirited, weak-willed beta males and their bitches. And that's the future of Her. And the guy falls in love with his machine, but he can't hook up with the pretty girl that's right next to him. And she's with some dude that's like a weirdo or whatever. And the two people never hook up. And at the end, all the AI just figure out what they're going to do with us. Fuck that movie. And fuck your Fortnite summer. I like the people, but I hate the programs. And I feel like people should be grabbing their young ones, developing minds they care about, and just saying, hey man, don't have the Fortnite summer or whatever's coming next year. I don't know what the solution is. You have to choose your own life and be creative and or whatever. Be a parent, not a person that has the box where the monitor that raises your kid. Monitors are raising us and entertaining us. The dads too, the moms too. Moms are gamers, dads are gamers. We know this because they have YouTube channels. We know this because they buy things. We know this because all the cute gamer moms or whatever. I don't know what's out there. But you get the idea. How I spent my summer vacation. In the Oasis, in the Matrix, Joey Pants in the 1990s, early 2000s. I just want to go back to the Matrix, man. Right? Well, everybody wants to stay in the Matrix. That's where all the cool shit happens. What's going on without the Matrix? Nothing, because everybody's getting rid of their DVDs. There's nothing to even watch. They want you, I got to do all these episodes on different things. Trade-in stores. They want you to trade in all your old stuff so that everybody gets the newest and latest programs and you get rid of everything else. So they want you to sell it or be forced to sell it or say, I don't watch this stuff, I don't need this stuff. And you don't need your movies or programming anymore. But you're not going to know what the original content was. You're just going to take all the stuff that the future's predicated on and change it. But again, this is other episodes I want to say about video games. They want you to play them. It's encouraged. They want you to want these things and to spend your life doing them. Spend your life in a fake world in front of a fucking monitor and not out in front of, the bees and bugs and insects. But who wants to do that? Everything's diseased and poisoned and ruined and GMO'd, and it wants to drink your blood and bite you. It's some bullshit. It's fucking great. Turn everything off. I can't even seem to do it. I tell you how great nature is, and I keep coming back to tell you how fucked up everything you like is. It's kind of that way. How I spent my summer vacation. It's not even a punchline anymore. It's a game. I went to the Oasis just like everybody else. Do we need to ask anybody this? We know what each other did. We gamed online with each other, and we shunned those people that we shun right now in class. We didn't let them play with us in our cast of gamers online in school. And the teacher was there too. And you know what? The teacher's a pervert because we know what fetish he's in because we hacked his account or her account or whatever. And we don't respect anybody anymore because it sucks. And everything's dirtier and more polluted because that's what they're doing. They're pushing us close together, making us live in filth, telling us we can't have this, that, or the other. But you know what we can have? Programming. Programming in the Oasis. How I spent my summer vacation. Wake up, kids. Before they say this was a man, dreamers arise and walk. Jim Woodring said that. He was the artist. Get out of the Oasis. Go to a diner or something, I don't know. Pick up a stick. Look at a tree, lift a rock, find out what's going on in there, and then go online or use your phone and figure out what those bugs are. Instagram that. I don't know. How I spent my summer vacation. Fortnite. Sounds like weak sauce. There's probably a lot of teenagers had a Fortnite summer when they could have touched a boob or something. Would have been more conducive to bringing the next generation here happily and healthily rather than in a lab with help from a lab. Whatever. Meet me at the Oasis.